All right, well, today we're going to take care of something that's been needing to get taken care of for a very long time. And due to the fact that there are too many projects here at the Whole Hub project, some things get put on the back burner and you got to find time to do them. And that's what we're going to do today. You guys haven't seen this old rig yet. This is pretty much my daily. Used to sit in the garage 90% of its life, and now it's kind of coming out to drive around quite a bit. Just put all new tires and everything all on that. However, the suspension is garbage and has been for quite some time. And unfortunately for me, this is a limited, so it has XREAS suspension, XREAS. And if you don't know what that is, basically, the left front is connected to the right rear with a hydraulic line, and same with the other side, so that when you turn corners, you don't get body roll. Hydraulic fluid moves, stiffens the other side. You know, I don't know, some fancy thing Toyota did. So we're gonna do the right thing and get rid of it and put on this cheap TRQ suspension from A1 Auto or something like that. I don't know. Cheapest stuff I could find. But it had good reviews. So I guess we're going to find out. We're going to do a review in real time. And I honestly am not even super sure how to get rid of this system other than you can see here the line connected. From what I've read, there's a check valve somewhere. And if you disconnect that line, the check valve will keep the fluid from leaking out of them. But this one is shot. You can see all the oil on it. And I believe this one is also shot. Oh yeah. That one's no good. This left front one is the worst of them all. When you hit a bump, the steering wheel about comes out of your hands. And I know that because yesterday I drove an 11-hour round trip to Crown Point, Indiana. And that was a lot of fun. Drove through a storm, did all the fun stuff, about lost control of the thing and ditched it 8 times. Luckily, I had new suspension sitting here waiting for it. I just didn't get to it before the road trip. So let's go ahead and get started on her. I suppose to start, we'll go ahead and rip these wheels and tires off of this thing. And what I'll probably do is rotate them. Even though the tires are brand new, this one's up here in the left front's been bouncing around, you know, with the bad strut. Those are nice though. Not bad. Super off-brand tire. But I tell you what, if you ever want a good deal on tires, go to Priority Tire. Not a sponsorship. Would love it if it was, but the deals on there are fantastic. It may not be a super name brand, but the quality of tire is just as good. I mean, I don't need a Michelin to do the same thing as a Eco Pro HT by, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Arroyo? A-R-R-O-Y-O. Yeah, they'll work just as good. Yeah, anyway, these come complete with springs. These are the rears. The reviews on them are great. Like I said, A1 Auto says that these will not work with XREAS. Well, no kidding, because they don't have the holes and the connections for what. If you replace these and put XREAS back on it, they're like $650 per strut and or shock. Yeah, no. All right, well, the tires are off. Here you can see here, there's your line connecting. It wraps around the back side, and then it goes over back here. I'll show you from underneath, right into that guy, which is the check valve. So you can disconnect it there, or you can disconnect it on the front shock right there. And yeah, we're just gonna probably just eliminate this hose. We'll disconnect it back there and up here on the shock and keep it. We'll label it and whatnot, you know, so we know where it goes. But we are going to soak everything with freeze off if we can find our can here. Oh boy. We got too much stuff here. We're just running out of room. I don't even know where it's at. I'll have to find it. All right, we're gonna try to get you in here so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna disconnect this line here from the front of the shock here. I don't know if we're gonna lose a ton of fluid or not. Yeah, there's some. Oops. I didn't want to lose that washer, but down she went. We'll set our banjo bolt there. All right, see if we can get this bottom bolt out. Oh, baby. And we got these top guys up here. Got these three, 1, 2, 3. A lot of cars, this goes up through into the engine bay. Not on the 4Runner. So, let me get the spray out here. I sprayed all the other ones except for the one that I'm starting on, so that's pretty smart. I don't know what size those are. I grabbed all my long, maybe a 13, probably a 15. Grabbed all my long guys here to assist in this operation. $14. Whoop. Flip her over. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah, there she goes. Looks like I got paint or something on. Give her a anyway. It's not going to have to use a ratchet. Oh yeah. I don't know, I might have to take more of this apart to get them out. I'm not exactly sure quite yet, but we'll figure that out together. Oh, baby. We'll work it back. Whoops. I love magnetic lights until they're in the way. Which is always. Oh, that's better. There we go, 7 hours per bolt. All right, we'll just use a little hammer and punch here and knock it the way out. Boop. There it goes. And let's see. We're gonna have to take a bunch of stuff apart to get this thing out of here. I got a feeling. Let's see, we might have to disconnect our lower ball joint here so that maybe we can swing this out a little bit, or let's try turning the wheel. Let's see if I can. Oh, the steering's probably locked. Wonder if I turn the wheel, if I can get enough room to sneak that thing out of there. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Sometimes you just gotta dink around a little bit. Definitely don't want to rip your CV boots, whatever you're doing. But it looks like we're kind of stuck up here on the top. Might need to give it a little persuasion. Oh, let's see, where can we pry? Oh. Da, da, da. That whole thing should pop down through there. Let me screw around a minute here. All right, well, we got everything loose and moving. It was kind of stuck up there. We had to give it a lot of lube and a little bit of heat. But I'm gonna turn the wheel to get this axle out of the way and just see if we can get lucky. I don't know if it'll work, but we're gonna give it a shot. Trying to brainstorm, whoops, kicking the camera. Trying to brainstorm how I want to do this. There's gotta be kind of a way to maybe get that thing to come out of there. I might have to disconnect that sway bar. Which, you know what that means. It's guaranteed to ruin the link. Almost 100% positive that would be the case. I gotta get the sway bar link out of the way. Or the sway bar, the whole sway bar. Alright, well, let's try it, I guess. There we go. Gotta fight with it a little while. Work it back and forth, you'll get it. You'll still ruin your sway bar link, but it's okay. They make more of them at the parts store, I guess. All right, I'm gonna go disconnect the other side, and then we can slide that sway bar back and forth. All right, so what I've done here, disconnected the sway bar link, obviously, and then I took the sway bar bushing brackets completely off, both sides, and links both sides. And then I took this bumper brace out. It's just like this one here. It comes across and bolts up to the radiator support so that you can drop this sway bar down and get it out of the way. And as you can see, we've got the shock kind of halfway jimmied out. I haven't really screwed with it a whole lot yet, but let's go ahead and do that and see if maybe we can get lucky. I'm probably kind of burning a bunch of extra time here. I don't know for sure, but I think that if I can get this thing jimmied around a little bit more, and again, we're kind of stuck on, ouch, careful of your fingers, stuck on sway bar and tie rod end. Let me turn that a little bit. Let me get this link out of the way here. because I got that in a bad spot here. There we go. I mean, we're right there. We're real close. Now, if I can get this guy unhooked from that brake hose, and everything else, we might get lucky here. Except for we're hooked. There we go. Hooked on phonics. Worked for me. Hey, look at that. It's out. Most of the pain is the sway bar. Now, like I said, I've never done this. Those look pretty similar. The spring is definitely different. You can see this one's got a lot tighter coils versus this one. I don't know. I guess we'll try it and find out. Look at that. Sorry, my arm was probably in the way for half of that. But she's back in there. It's just this sway bar. It's in the way of everything. If you can get that out of the way and positioned, you can get these things in and out without doing all the extra work. All right, with a little weaseling around, we got the bolt back in the bottom. These started on the top, and we're not going to connect anything else till we go over to the other side and get that one all weaseled in there. I am going to tighten the bottom bolt on here and these three top bolts or nuts, and then we'll leave the rest of this apart and move over to the other side. So let me tighten this stuff down quick and we'll swap to the other side. All right, a lot like the other side, we're going to start with disconnecting the XREAS hydraulic line. Make sure you use the biggest available wrench that you have, because that's makes it really easier to do. And I did go ahead and take that hose off the other side. I don't know if I talked, I think I said I was going to remove it completely, and I did. Well, this one actually still had some hydraulic fluid in it. Can you hear it leaking out? That's gonna be fun. It'll make a mess everywhere. That's fine. And we'll get that one. Boy, that one had a lot in it. The other side was definitely way blown, which we knew. Yeah, lots of fluid in that one. Okay, got that done. We will go ahead. I did end up removing the sway bar completely. I had to take that other bracket off anyway, so I just took the whole sway bar out. She goes right through that big hole there. But as you can see, we have all the room for activity now. I'm gonna buzz this bolt off the bottom, zip these off the top, and we'll get this one yanked out of here. All right, now the other side, I had to give it some love taps up here to kind of break it loose. It was a little bit corroded and seized in there. This one appears to be the same. Oh yeah. No issues with this side of the XREAS. Just the other side, look at that. What a mess. Oh boy. Well, that bolt that's laying in there will be nice and lubed up. That's for sure. You just can't get it jammed in there. And no amount of lube will solve the issue either. So, son of a gun. Man, look at all that fluid I'm losing. Son of a buck. Well, let's kick the bottom side of this thing out. Oh, sounds like Rich Galen's coming in. Well, I tell you what, that new build he did on the 57 is quite special. Okay, well, this side's all in and tightened down. Sorry, I had a bunch of buddies swing in for a minute, so I just kept working and talking. Bottom bolt's tight. Those 3 bolts are tight. We got to get this sway bar jammed back up in here, and then hook the links up, tighten everything back up. We should be good to start on the rear. Oh, we'll get down here in the hydraulic oil mess. This guy will probably knock my light over as soon as I get it stuck back where it needs to go. And then I'll take this. Oh. There we go. Whoa. He goes back here. Oh! Uh-oh. I missed. Hold on. Well, Where are you at? There it is. All right. There we go. Now I'm gonna hook these up here first, and then we'll put it back up in the brackets. Loosely put that nut on. We'll come over to this side. That one on. Okay. And then all I gotta do is put these brackets on the bushings here and tighten these nuts. All right, well, the front's all put back together. Sway bar and stuff's in, hooked up. Dustpan and everything's all back up. Belly guard, belly pan, whatever you want to call it. Let's start on the rear. Looks like got to take this bolt off here and get up in there and get that loose and take this hydraulic line off. This hopefully will be substantially less work than the front. Typically the rear is quite a bit easier. So I guess we'll just remove this guy to start with. See how much hydraulic fluid we can lose back here. Nope. Come on now. This 4Runner, if I haven't mentioned it, is actually a Canadian 4Runner. It has Celsius climate control and all that stuff, and you can't change it. You can't change the programming or anything like that. You'd have to replace the whole unit, and I'm not going to do that. Celsius to Fahrenheit, you just double it and add 30. It'll get you close enough. So, not a big deal there. I don't know if this car ever spent any time in Canada, but that's where it was built. And yeah, little fun fact there for you, I reckon. Oh boy, so much. Hopefully we don't lose a ton of fluid back here. We may not, I'm not sure. All right. There's that hose. That looks like a 15 or 17 up there. Same down below. It's definitely been leaking hydraulic fluid. Yeah, it's not good. Okay. Go ahead and get our nice flex head ratchet stuffed up in here. Wiggling around, make sure she's got a good bite. Oh boy. Oh boy. There she goes. She's kind of tight. I did spray everything down too. All right, well that's pretty well loose. We'll go ahead and grab the impact and blow this 17 here off the bottom, and then I'm hoping that maybe we can pull this down a little bit to finish this off because it's getting pretty tight up in there. So let me grab my impact and we'll see what happens with that. All right. Bust that off of there. Whoa. Okay, well that nut only took 4 weeks and 27 days. But we got it. Now we get to play screw around trying to get this thing to separate. Yeah, that wasn't rotted at all. Jimmy Christmas. All right, I'm gonna grab a new one out the box here. All right, so what I'm gathering here, here's the old one. You got a big washer and then a rubber grommet, and then washer that's got like the raised center that would go up through, and then this came down from the top and your nut was up here. So we're gonna do the same. We got bottom washer, grommet, the cup that fits the top of that, and then your other piece up here on the top that will get the nut. So that's how we're gonna set this one back up. I see they did not give me a new nut. Whoa, sorry, kicking the camera all over the dang place. So that was really, that's pretty special. So we're gonna fit this to the bottom here first, like that. And then we'll crush this. And we'll let it go up through, like so. And then we'll have to get a tranny jack put under here to raise that up to put it where we want it. All right, let's jack this baby up. Paying careful attention to make sure that you've got this lined up where you want it, like so. And I lied, they did give me a new nut. I just didn't see it. So we'll go ahead and get that baby tucked in there. Like a so. Pert near, just like that. And this line, we're just gonna zip tie it or something. We're gonna tuck it up there and zip tie it up there. See if this nut's the same size as the other one was. Beautiful. That's a Christmas miracle right there. Believe you me. I did notice that they didn't give you the locking tab like the other one had to hold your shock so you can tighten, or your strut. Hey, if you guys know the difference between a shock and a strut, drop it in the comments. I'm curious how many of you know the answer to that, or if you just use the term universally. You'd be surprised, there's a lot of folks that don't know the difference between a shock and a strut. So if you do, throw her in the comments. All right, well that side's done. We'll go ahead and move over to the other side and get our last one. All right, we went ahead and just put our jack under it now. Might as well. And we'll get our light set up here somewhere. It's not a very good spot, is it? But right there, can you guys see now? See what I'm doing? Okay. All right, Meow. Meow, did you say yeah, sure, or yes, sir? You guys like the movie Super Troopers? I don't think I've ever seen the second. Is there a third one? Are they making a third one? I thought I heard somewhere they were making another one. Might be mistaken. But I'd probably go watch it. Man, the amount of coding and stuff that's on some of these. Which is fine. Until you can't get the ratchet back off or on or off or on. They just get stuck. Which is also fine. It's just part of it, I reckon. When I get this one out, I want to test. I want to push in on it and see what it does. I bet it doesn't rebound at all. I bet the other side doesn't either. They're in really tough shape. And you could definitely feel it driving. Also, I wanted to show you on the other one that it didn't have the top of the strut didn't have any threads left at all. The nut was just kind of there. It was very rotty. Oh, Jesus criminy. Well, that's no bueno. Shit. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Why does it always have to be the last one? Every time. Okay. Oh, baby. Boy, that sucker's tight. Thank God it came off, though. This thing's been testing my patience a little bit today. That's all right. We'll get there. Jesus Christ. And then there we go. Now we can finish taking this nut off. Thank the Lord. All right, well, I'm gonna throw this last one in, finish this up, throw the wheels on it, and we will go for a test drive. All right, well, here we are on the test drive, and we are on the roughest road in eastern Iowa, I would say. Probably the roughest road from Des Moines to the Illinois border. And I can tell you one thing. I approve this cheap suspension. It's great. It's quiet, it rides good, and I don't have any clunks and rattles or anything that I did have before, and my steering wheel doesn't bounce all over the road either. So quite, boy, what a difference. I tell you what, this thing's just a real joy to drive now. I've always liked driving it, but as you guys know, when suspension gets worn out, stuff just loses its luster a little bit. But I got my co-pilot over here, and we're just gonna take it down this road. It looks like a new road, but they cut it and cut it and cut it and cut it, and now it's like rumble strips. Sick Summer came down this one time, the very first year of Sick Summer, and never again. Tom Bailey said nope. Anywho, if you're still here, we appreciate you, each and every one of you guys, for watching and following along with the journey of the Holo project, and you know, all the likes and shares and subscribe clicks and all that stuff. So keep them coming, and we'll keep them coming, and we will see you in the next one.